very happy to introduce Meg Easter-Dawson to all of you. She's going to give a short talk regarding Valley of the Moon.
Okay, so I realized this morning as I was in the shower, where I do my best thinking, that this is my 8th year. I have been in children's home for 8 years, and I have had the lucky opportunity to come here 8 times. So I know a lot of you heard me talk before and are probably a little tired of my spiel. So I will keep that part short and just to give a quick overview of the children's home, but then I'll just talk about some updates and stuff about things that are going on right now for us. So for those of you who may not be familiar with our organization, Valley of the Moon Children's Center is the emergency shelter for Sonoma County. We are part of the Child Protective Services division of the County Human Services Department, and our purpose is to be a shelter, and the only shelter in Sonoma County when a child is removed from their home because of abuse or neglect. They come into our care. They're with us temporarily until we can find an appropriate placement for them. So while they're in our care, we take care of all their needs. Everything from the basic needs like food, clothing, and shelter, to making sure they get to school, to making sure they have opportunities for educational and recreational activities, to make sure that they feel safe and cared for and nurtured and loved. Kids are with us about an average of 30 to 60 days, and when they leave our care, they're usually going into some kind of a foster care placement. We also take kids who are maybe in a foster care home and something happens and maybe the family's leaving town or something has changed and the kids can't stay there anymore. They'll also come into our care. So we serve as an emergency shelter. We have to take, we take what comes, and that means our numbers change from time to time. But on average, we serve between 200 and 400 kids a year through the center. For children who are under the age of 6, they go into our emergency foster home program, which is something that we also run through the Children's Center, and it's a cohort of foster families who do emergency care for infants and toddlers and very young children. Right now, we have 24 kids who are living at the Children's Home. Our youngest, I think we have about 5 or 6 7-year-olds who are with us, and our oldest is age 17. So we have something really exciting coming on, not this weekend, but the following weekend. We have been given tickets to take the kids to the Giants game. Yes, I know, that's super exciting, and the kids are just through the moon. Tickets were actually donated to us through Forget Me Not Farm, who had written a grant to the U.S. Bank. And 4 of the kids actually get to go out on the field and have their balls signed and meet some of the players. So we are all abuzz about that coming up. Some of the other things that are going on with us is this last year, our school closed. We used to have an on-site school where most of our kids attended. But over the years, we have been doing a much better job of getting kids placed in their school of origin before they came to us. So that means the school they attended before they came into our care. So we at one point we had no kids in our on-site school, and so the Sonoma County Office of Education that ran the school said, we can't afford to do this, which made sense. And for kids, it's a much better opportunity. It normalizes their life to be able to go to their school. It keeps them connected with their friends and it keeps them connected to extracurricular activities and their teachers and those people that are supports for them in the school district. So it's really actually a very good thing for the kids. It has been such an interesting year for us trying to figure out the logistics of doing that, because so right now we have 24 kids, and potentially we have some sibling groups, so they're going to the same school, but that means we could potentially have 24 kids going to 24 different schools across Sonoma County. We work with the school districts to help with busing, but some of our staff also have to help with transportation and things, and it's everything from school pictures to field trips and just all sorts of stuff, and homework, different things going on, and trying to keep track of all those different things for the kids is something that we are learning as we go and continuing to get better at it. It impacts sort of how we also are required as part of the work that we do with the kids to make sure that when they come into our care, they get a physical exam and a dental exam And so getting all those appointments scheduled for all these 24 different kids while they're going to all these different schools it's a bit crazy making. But in the end, it's such an important opportunity for the kids to be doing that. So that's been has caused an interesting year. The other thing is summer's coming. And so we're starting to look at what are we going to do with the kids during the summer when they're off for summer. So we're beginning to plan lots of activities and things for them. Working in participating in children's garden, going on field trips, swimming, all sorts of stuff. So we're beginning to plan for our summer activities now that we don't have our on-site school, which used to run in the summertime. So lots of changes going on for us, all good things. But one of the things that has been consistent throughout all of this has been that every child who comes through our doors continues to get a quilt. And that is such an important part of the experience that they have in the children's home, and is such an important part of the memories that they carry with them when they leave us. And so that's because of the generosity of all of you and your talents that you are willing to share with us. And makes such a difference in the lives of the kids that we're serving. And you're also, I talk about you guys a lot, often, because when we do tours of the children's home, over the years we've gotten permission to hang a few of the quilts that you've donated on the walls. In fact, last year we got a really beautiful one. I got permission to hang it in our younger children's area. And so every time I do a tour, every single time somebody mentions the quilt before I even have a chance, and it gives me the opportunity to talk about the generosity of the Santa Rosa Quilting Guild and how that quilt that they're seeing is just a representation of the quilts that every child who comes through our doors receives. And that also includes our kids who go into our emergency foster homes, and a quilt is a part of the placement bag that child receives, that baby or that toddler, and goes with them wherever they go. So your generosity continues to live on in the lives of our kids, and has helped to create some consistency and normalcy in our lives as things are changing. So thank you so much. It keeps going in and out, yeah. Does anybody have questions?
Do they pick their own quilts?
Yes, they do, yeah. Some of the young ones we don't, will actually, especially the babies. But actually their foster parents will sometimes. So wait a few, get to know their child and kind of their personality, and then they'll come and pick one out. So, but they do, the older kids do get to choose.
Do you have a volunteer program?
We do, and I'm the volunteer coordinator. So most of our because our kids are at school now during the day, our volunteer program primarily is focused on activities with the children in the evening, including homework, helping kids with homework, and also bedtime stories. So, in the summertime, I will have some volunteers there during the day helping with the garden program and possibly some arts and crafts. So if you're interested, I'd be happy to leave. We are out on Highway 12, just across from Oakmont. So you see all the white vans, and Oakmont is on your right, and you see on what looks like a house with a bunch of white vans in front, and that's us. Yeah. Anything else? Yeah. Great. So do we get to do show and tell now? Okay.
If a number of you would come up, please, to help us carry quilts around the room so that everybody can see everybody else's wonderful creativity. Thank you.
I always get up and carry. Now it's fun to just read.
Yes, I know. I thought about carrying it.
I think also just one thing about being in the middle of the room.
Yeah.
We don't want to walk in front of anyone, do we?
No. There isn't a there's not a clunker in the back. about jumping up and jumping like fold.
That's what I was gonna say, seems to be a breakdown there. Very striking. There's some of our strip quilts.
You have a parade of quilts just there.
There's a lot of really special ones. So simple to put together. We've all started adding to it, and it just seems to grow instead Yes, we all. Oh, yeah. So we're very librarian. Yes.
beautiful from the